The auto's golden jubilee in Detroit, 50 years, and I guess the auto is here to stay. But I wonder what Grandpa and Grandma thought about when autos were young, and it was a bold thing to raise the roof and get all dusted off for a ride in one of these darned mechanized buggies.
The days of literally cranking up the family buggy to go for a Sunday spin are so far gone, for almost everyone, they aren't even a memory. Oh, we're still in love with the horseless carriage, all right, but in the age of digital this and computerized that, most of us are much more taken with where the automobile is going than where it has been. Most of us, but not all of us.
Give her a little gas. She fired that first time there. Well, that's a little kick. That's what you call living in the past. Well, wind her up. There she goes.
I got into business restoring antique cars, I guess maybe by accident. My dad, when I was 2 years old, built a 4-bay garage here in White Post, and the garage, he hired 2 people to work in here, and they worked on cars, trucks, tractors, anything that came in the door. I guess it was just a country repair shop.
After the death of his father, then 18-year-old Billy Thompson's love for antique cars blossomed into a full-time affair. A quarter century later, he owns 20 of them, rolling advertisements for that country repair shop, which is now a multi-million-dollar world-famous enterprise. Located way off the beaten path in Clark County, Virginia, White Post Restorations transforms old heaps into classical show cars for collectors with deep pockets. To look at this place, it's hard to imagine that it all began with a self-described country boy tinkering with vintage vehicles just for the fun of it.
26 Model T Ford Speedster. How fast you think this baby will go?
Oh, I'd say maybe 60.
I tell you what, that was flying on an old dirt track in 1926, wasn't it?
That sure was.
Yeah, that was flying.
I guess this business did start as a hobby to me, as I liked antique cars, but the problem was I was really unskilled myself. I just had the love for the automobile. So I surrounded myself with highly skilled people, people that knew how to do this kind of work, people that took pride in workmanship.
Takes a lot of rum, doesn't it, Al?
Sure does.
Thompson's collection of craftsmen has grown to 30 people. He treats them like members of the family and demands unwavering loyalty and dedication in return, as they all go about the business of resurrecting automobiles in a 30,000 square foot facility that is the epitome of organization and eat-off-the-floor cleanliness. Owners may wait up to 2 years before their car is accepted for the White Post treatment, which means it may come in a pile of junk, but it will go out looking like new, no matter how long it takes and how much it costs.
We research a car before it comes in. We have all kinds of manuals and books pertaining to the automobile. Our people here have past experience with that particular kind of automobile, and we go to the greatest extremes to research the car and be sure that the bolt head is proper, the color of the bolt is the proper color, and every small part, because that's what we provide our customers. We don't sell parts here, and we do not sell cars. We provide quality and authenticity.
Previous customers accepted, they don't even repair or service cars. They only restore them. And from the rarest rolls to a relatively run-of-the-mill Model T, the procedure is the same. Every vehicle is rebuilt from the ground up, after being disassembled down to the last nut and bolt, every part tagged and cataloged, and then repaired, replaced, or recreated. Occasionally, they get a car from the dreaded do-it-yourselfer.
It's very easy to take a car apart. So many times people buy an old car, they'll take it home and put it in a garage. sit there 5 years, and they decide, well, I'm going to tear this thing apart. I can restore it. They take it all apart, and that's the end of the story. They're at a loss. Maybe they don't have a welder. They do not have paint equipment. They do not have the knowledge. They don't have the time. So that's where the professional restoration shop fits in. If a person doesn't have the time, most likely they'd bring it to someone else to do for them. And if they take it apart themselves and bring it in pieces, that's a basket case. And that's a problem because we don't know what's missing and what's there and what's not, what it needs attention.
Although there may be as many as 60 vehicles here at any one time, White Post finishes only about a dozen restorations, or in the trade, complete frame-ups every year, because it takes thousands of man-hours to do the job.
The average car takes about a year to do a complete job. Sometimes cars can come in and out in 6 months' time. And we have, of course, taken probably up to 2 years to restore an antique automobile. If there were lots of parts missing, a very rare automobile, occasionally we get cars that there are only 2 in the world today.
This level of craftsmanship has its price, of course, and if you have to ask what it is, you probably can't afford it, since Thompson can't tell you, doesn't give hard estimates, just sends his customers monthly invoices until the job is done, at which time, not counting the cost of the car in the first place, they have probably spent $150,000, give or take $100,000.
People wonder where these cars come from, and I say they come from all over the world to White Post to get restored. Once a car goes out, there's always 2 waiting to come in. So there's a tremendous demand for antique automobile restoration these days. It's like owning a Rembrandt. It's like owning a piece of art. It's something. It's an investment. If you have an investment, usually it's on paper. But now this investment, you can take it and ride around on Sunday afternoon in it.